Hello, welcome to the session on solving problems using simple conditional statements. In this session, we shall use the simple conditional statements to solve a few problems. This is a typical problem where we need to filter the job applicants based on some criterion. And the given criterion here is the age. So for males, it must be between 25 to 40, and for females, between 20 to 35. So let us solve this problem. Open a new file. First, we shall accept gender as input. And then we'll take the age. We need to convert the string age into the integer form, and hence we do this. Now we have the gender and the age. If the gender is male, then maximum age is 40 and minimum is 25. If not, the gender must be a female and the max age will be now. Depending upon the gender, we have set the two variables max age and min age. We now have to check if the age given by the user falls in this range or not. If the age falls in the range of min age and max age, the user is eligible. Else, there we go. Let us save the file. Let us run it. Let's give a male and 45. Not eligible. Male and 30. And we see that it works. There we go. For females, minimum age is 20. And 35 is the maximum age. Let us have a quick look at the code again. We first take the gender as the input and then the age. Since the age is in the form of a string, we convert it to an integer. Depending upon the gender, we set the minimum and maximum ages, and then we see if the age given by the user is in that range or not. And that is how we can solve or filter depending upon the criterion using simple conditional statements. Often while solving mathematical problems, we need numbers that have a certain property. And the property here is that the number must be either a multiple of 4 or a multiple of 7, but not a multiple of both. In other words, it must not be a multiple of 28. So that is the reason for 56 we are supposed to print false, but for 8 and 14 we have to print true. Let us solve this problem. Open a new window. First we need to take the number as input. We get the integer form of that number, and then first we shall check if it's a multiple of 4 or 7. If it's not, we shall print false. Now let us save the program and run it. It works for multiples of 4. It works for multiples of 7. But it does not work for multiples of 28, where we are supposed to print false, but right now the program prints a true. That is because we are only checking if it's a multiple of 4 or a multiple of 7, but then we are not checking if it's a multiple of 28 later on, because multiples of 28 are also multiples of 4 and 7. So if it's not a multiple of 8, then it would be multiple of either 4 or 7, but not both. Let us save the file. Now run it. There we go. It works for multiples of 28 also. Let us have a quick look at the code. We first check if it's a multiple of 4 or 7. Now at this point we are sure it can be either a multiple of 4 or 7 or both. So that is why we again check if it's a multiple of both, which is 28. If it is, we print false. Otherwise, it's the number that we need. And that is how we solve problems that involve multiple if statements. Now let us solve this problem. A 3-digit number is called Armstrong number if the sum of cubes of its digits is equal to that number. For example, 1 cube plus 5 cube plus 3 cube is equal to 153. Hence 153 is an Armstrong number. So given a number, we have to print if it's Armstrong number or not. Let us start off by taking the number as input. Now we have to separate the hundreds, tens and units digits. And we have them. Now our job is very simple. Find out the sum of cubes of these digits and see if it is equal to the number or not. I'll add parentheses just in case, so that the operator precedence does not interfere. And there we have the sum of cubes. So if the number is equal to sum of cubes, then if not, let us save the file. Let us run it. Let's try for a known Armstrong number, 153. Yeah, it is. For some other number, it is not. And that is how we use simple conditional statements to solve these kind of problems. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. We have learned how to filter job applicants or a set of data depending upon a criterion. We've also seen how to use nested if conditions to solve these kind of problems. And we've also seen how to use simple if conditions to retrieve numbers that have a property. Thank you for watching the video.